Hey everyone, welcome back. So it's Saturday, so another week has gone by, and that means it's miner versus Bitcoin again. Everything has been down this week. So we'll take a look at the numbers, we'll take a look at Bitcoin, the hash rate, Bitcoin, the fear and greed index, and we'll also look at some other things here, and we'll look at the stocks as well to see how they finished out the week. All right, so let's get into the charts here. So here's Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is at 48,935, so it has bounced off of our support line at 47,000 here, and the concerning part of it is that it's come down once, twice, 3, 4 times to this line. The more, I keep saying this all the time, the more times something like Bitcoin touches the support line, there is obviously the probability that it may come down. The probability basically increases that it could go down further to our next support line, which would be around the 45,000 mark, right around there. So we'll just have to see. Right now it's bouncing off of it, and we'll see if we can muster the strength to get up above our next resistance, which is around the 50,000 mark right now, which is right here. So we'll have to see how it does. Obviously, yesterday it ended up down. It was up quite a bit above the resistance of 50,000, but fell back down throughout the day later on as well. RSI is still looking good. There is some good news when we look at the hash rate here in a little bit. But we'll take a look at Ethereum as well, because some of the guys do mine Ethereum as well. Ethereum is still above 40,000. It obviously came down below it yesterday to around 3,900. So it's at 4,075 right now. And let's extend this line out a little bit, because this is our support line basically. So right now it's still looking good. Volume is low. That's the weekend, so that's to be expected. And then we're also looking at the RSIs at 45, which is looking okay. And it looks like, we'll just have to obviously see what happens with Ethereum. Right now, Ethereum has the 50-day and the 20-day moving averages still going parallel a little bit. We'll see if those diverge and cross each other or not into the coming days. So we'll see how that happens. All right, let's take a look at the Bitcoin hash rate right now. So we reached an all-time high, new all-time high in the total hash rate for Bitcoin. The previous one was here at about 180 million. And right now we are at 181.77. So the miners are getting installed, and there are a lot of them are getting installed. We obviously had a dip here to about 153 million from the high that we reached here of 167. So a huge increase. We basically increased, 153, almost 28 million for the terahashes. So a huge increase there. So it looks like a lot of the miners are getting installed for all the people out there that are mining. Next thing to look at is the fear and greed index. So here's the fear and greed index. We're at 16 right now. We can look at the chart here. We were last time at 16 on December 6th. We obviously had a little bit of a run up, and then we've come back down as the price of Bitcoin has fallen over the last 2 days. So we'll have to see if this will bounce off as Bitcoin bounces off or not. We'll just have to keep an eye on it as well. So let's take a look at the mining stocks, see how they did. So DMG, obviously, if you look at it, and let's take a look at it on the weekly chart, see if we can see it. So here's the weekly chart. So DMG actually on the weekly chart looks like it is up slightly. It has a green candle on the weekly chart. It finished out the week at 73 cents. Riot, on the other hand, had a red candle for the week. It finished out at $26 for the end of the day yesterday. Mawson finished out the week at 626. It also had a red candle for the week. And then Mara, let's take a look at Mara. Mara actually had a green candle for the week finished out the week at 40.44. Then Hut 8 had a green candle for the week as well, finished out at 8.78. And then Digihost had a green candle as well, $4.10. Hive finished out the week at 2.88, and it had a green candle here as well. And take a look at Cleanspark. Cleanspark had a green candle for the week as well at 13.42 for the week. And Bitfarms was at 5.58 with a green candle as well on the weekly chart. So let's take a look at the numbers here that I have for them. So if we go here, here's what we're looking at right now. Obviously the green candle for some of these does not reflect actually being down compared to last week. I think there was overnight trading, after hours trading that created possibly the green candles for those guys, which isn't the case here if we look at just the end of day closures. So Bitcoin obviously finished out the week at 47,170 yesterday at 6 p.m. And then we had, so that's a decrease of 6,468 from the week prior, which represents a 12% loss on it. Bitfarms finished out 558, so it was 67-cent loss on it, down 10.72 on the week. And then we have Hive at 288, down 23 cents, which was a 7.4% loss. Hut 8 was at 878, down 59 cents, so a 6.3 loss on the week. Marathon at 40.44, down $1.20, so down 2.8% on the week. Marathon or Riot at 26, down 264, down 9.2%. Argo at 135, down 27 cents, down 16%. Digihost at 410, down 49 cents, down 10.6%. Cleanspark at 1342, down 23, down 1.68%. Mawson at 626, down 242, down 27.8%. So this is our biggest loser here for the week. And it looks like the biggest loser possibly for the 4-week and 8-week as well. And then we have DMG at 73 cents, so it was down 3 cents, down 3.95% on the week. So based on all these numbers, obviously Mawson did the worst for the week. The ones that did the best compared to Bitcoin was Cleanspark, followed by Marathon, and then you got DMG, and everybody else. On the 4-week chart, if we look at it, obviously Mawson was the biggest loser here at 44%. Next one would probably be here, Hut 8 at 33%, followed by Hive, actually Bitfarms, then Hive, and the rest. And then on the 8-week chart, we're looking at 33% down from Mawson. And the next biggest loser would be, looks like, well, Bitcoin would be the biggest loser there. Second biggest loser, followed by Hut 8, and then Digihost as well. So obviously not a good 4 weeks, 8 weeks on Bitcoin and the mining charts. Everything is down. The only one that you would be up on right now would be Bitfarms. So it's kind of interesting to see that Bitfarms, had you bought it 8 weeks ago, you'd still be up a measly 6.29%, which is barely above the rate of inflation that we saw come out Friday. With the CPI was up, what was it, 6.8%, something like that, year-over-year inflation. So let's take a look at the other graphs that I have here. So this is the weekly percentage gain loss from them all. Obviously, we saw Mawson lose the most, 27.8, followed by Argo, and then we got Bitcoin, Bitfarms, and Riot. If we look at the 4-week chart, you can still see Mawson losing the most, followed by Hut, Bitfarms, and Hive, and everybody else. And then if we look at the 4-week chart, we can see that Bitfarms actually is the only one that's still up on the 8-week chart. Biggest losers would be obviously Mawson and Bitcoin, followed by Hut 8. The ones that lost the lowest amount would be Riot here, and this should be percentage, so this should be 15%, I think. Yes, 15% on that, and the loss on that one. What else do we have here that we can look at? On the 4-week chart, looks like the one that lost the least would have been Bitcoin, followed by Argo, looks like. Then possibly Cleanspark or DMG lost the least amount. And then obviously on the weekly chart, if we look at it, Cleanspark lost the least amount this week compared to everybody else. And there's going to be a video coming up on Cleanspark as well that I want to talk about. I saw a commercial. I didn't see the commercial. I actually heard the commercial while I was driving in my car. I had CNBC tune-in radio playing, and I heard a commercial for Cleanspark. So we'll talk about that one in another video where I also talk about the HODL strategy. Is it actually worth it? So that'll be coming out in a little bit here after I'm done with this one. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously the numbers, is Bitcoin pretty much bottomed out? Do you guys see that happening here? Or do we still have a chance to go down lower? And then is anybody actually buying on these dips? Because everything is just down a lot. Especially if we look at it from the 8-week chart. Well, even I think on the 4-week chart, the 4-week chart is probably the worst one here. So had you bought 4 weeks ago, you would be down a lot on pretty much everything here. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. I'll see you guys in the next one. The next one's going to be on Cleanspark and the HODL strategy for all these guys. We'll take a look at some of the numbers there. And then another video that I'm planning on doing is one on Riot, switching over to immersion cooling, trying to figure out what their cost savings could be based on it, kind of like I did for Cleanspark a little bit. So I want to do that on Riot, see what their savings could be. So we'll have that coming out probably tomorrow or something like that. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.